0-2. Strike three on a beautiful off-speed pitch. 1-1. That ball is lifted deep into the gap. Way back, track, wall, gone! And you can touch them all, Garrett Smith. That one carried and kept carrying. And Garrett Smith puts the Commodores on top, 1-0. 1-2 now. To Leffler. He went. Indeed, a good call. Strike three. A fastball. He throws him another curveball. What do I know? For strike three. That's the third and final out of the inning. Strike three on a beautiful curveball to Shane Patrick. Strike three. Key Day is a southpaw. Strike three called on the outside corner. 2 outs. Game, or will it be ball three? Or will it be something else? Morrissey gets the sign from Jackson. He comes to a set. He kicks. He fires. Strike three called! And the GALLIE Commodores wrap it up with a 1-0 victory and an absolute gem by David Morrissey, pitched here tonight. Alan Slaughter-Zinski here for the BlackRock Engineering postgame show, and we are here tonight with our archaic design player of the game tonight. He is pitcher David Morrissey. By my account tonight, David with a one-hitter complete game shutout, 8 strikeouts in this one. You know, it's a dumb question for me to ask what was working for you tonight because it looked like everything was working for you. But this is twice now you guys have played this team, and you've only given up 3 runs, 3 earned runs to this team both times. You must really like pitching against these guys. Yeah, it's always fun playing against Merritt Island, especially when they beat up on us the first time. So you look at what you were able to do tonight on the bump, and in all honesty, what were you extremely comfortable with throwing out there tonight? What was the go-to? Curveball. Curveball is definitely good tonight. It looked good, 12-6. It looked like it. Yeah. All right, let's talk about this team a little bit. It was a rough start to the season in terms of, at least at the dish, because I thought the pitching has been there. To me, David, it seemed like the exact complete opposite of last year, where the pitching struggled to start the year, and then the pitching got going. Now everything seems to be in sync. Obviously, you face 2 tough pitchers tonight in Wimberly and Atatue, but what do you really like about what this team is doing right now? Now that you just won your 10th game of the year. I like, we never stop working hard, and then we just always try to pick each other up no matter what's going on, what play. If somebody strikes out, we're always there to pick each other up and get on to the next play. You win a game last night, a big game. Put a lot of runs on the board last night. It's good to be able to come out and win games like that and then come back and win games like this. It builds character. Okay, what does this team need to do to move forward to get back to that position again where you're back in the Final Four and competing for a state title? What do you think you guys need to do a little bit better? Just hit more line drives, stop popping up, but it'll come. We're working hard on it. Now, what year are you? I'm a senior. That's what I thought. So now you got just really a month and a half to go here in the season and in your high school career. College, what do we know about college to this point? Not much yet. I'm trying, but you keep throwing gems like that, David, you're going to have people giving you a call. What are you looking forward to the most off the field? There's graduation, grad bash, all those things coming. What is David Morrissey looking forward to the most as the year winds down away from the diamond? Not much. Just seeing my family and spending as much time with them as I can until I go to college if I go. Yeah, you're going, man. Don't you? With that cannon you got and the way you locate your pitches. Tonight, I always tell the story where old Baltimore Oriole pitching coach Ray Miller once told me, the art to pitching is changing speeds and locating your pitches. Tonight, this guy did that to perfection. A one-hitter complete game shutout with 8 strikeouts on the night. For our archaic design player of the game, David Morrissey, I'm Alan Slaughter-Zinski for the Brevard Sports Network. All right, we continue with our BlackRock Engineering postgame show, and I'm here with manager Bobby Collins. And, Coach, last night you put up, 17, 18 runs, whatever it was on the board last night. Tonight you get a 1-0 game, a nail-biter tonight. Builds character to be able to win games both ways, don't it?
Yeah, I'd say that takes years off your life, but it also builds character, which is awesome. Yeah, I mean, coming into the game like that with a team like Merritt Island, right? I mean, for David to pitch like he pitched, and even in a couple situations we didn't help him in, we still bared down and got out of the inning with a big punch out, a fly out, and he came back with another punch out in a situation when we needed him more than ever. And there was no taking him out of the game. He was rocking and rolling, and he was going. But like I said, to face that lineup, I know what they've done before, and when we went up to them, they beat us 3-2 there, and he wanted the ball. Yeah. So that's the difference.
Let me ask you this: do you ever get a feel? Listen, tonight 400, and I believe tonight was your 450th career win tonight. Yeah, you know me, I gotta say it, 450th career win tonight. But do you ever get a sense that a student athlete like a Morrissey is going to go out there and throw something like that tonight?
Hey, you know what? His last 4 outings have been really, really good. Yeah. And for a guy that's not saying, okay, I'm ready for the start, it was, I want the baseball, I want to pitch against Merritt Island. So, you're hoping when you see the first inning, you're like, okay, let me see what the first inning looks like. And you see him on the mound, you're like, all right, he's going to be okay. We just, but the plan wasn't just score one. We were trying to score a couple because we know what they can do with the bat, too, at any time, hit another one out of here. But, man, yes, you get a good feeling of a kid when he starts cruising and he gets pumped when he does things good right way. And when we got in trouble, he still stayed under control, did his job, and got pumped again. So, that's an animal. And from last year to this year, it's a total different kid. So that's the coolest thing in the world, right? I mean, we saw him last year in the state tournament, and it was a little bit nervous on him a little bit, and we put him in a situation that's pretty tough to do. At that time for him, he didn't have many innings, but this whole year he's worked his butt off. He wants it, and we're gonna give him a place to play.
Coach, I was getting a little worried because, I felt like, man, he got to win tonight. The first 2 games I did, I'm like, I was like, I knew it. Believe me. I knew it. Believe me, the thought was on my mind tonight as I got here. I was like, God, please win this game tonight.
You walked up to me nervous. You're like, hey, man, how you doing, Coach? Everything going all right? I'm like, this ain't Alan. What's the matter with him? Usually, what's up, Coach? What's going on? You're like, oh, Jesus Christ, I'm never going to be here again.
I was nervous.
Alan. Thanks a lot.
No, I did. I was just like, my God, if anything happens, I'm out. I knew it. But, Coach, I tell you, I enjoy covering this team, and your guys are always so much fun. Listen, a rough start to the season. What helped get this turned around? Or was it just once they got the 35, 40 at-bats, you knew that aspect would come?
Yeah, so here's what everyone said, you got so many guys returning, right? And we didn't have so many guys returning, okay? And for these guys to step up here, it's a whole different level from when we were coming on JV, and then I'm throwing out freshmen tonight. Left field's a freshman, shortstop's a freshman, and third baseman's a sophomore, right? So it's kind of like, yes, we were hoping they would come along quicker a little bit in the situations, but you know what? They're also still freshmen, and they're going to make mistakes, and they're going to learn from them. And as long as they keep doing it in the right direction, I'm cool with it. But like you said, Houston has done an amazing job with the pitchers-wise of getting them to understand that we're probably not going to score boatload runs early in the year. Right. We didn't have the hitting that we thought, that we had last year of guys that would just hit line drives in big situations. But we got some guys that can swing the bat, which is awesome, right? And they're starting to come along. Riley's starting to hit, and then Garrett obviously tonight was a big thing for us right there, and Dexter's starting to get on fire, swinging the bat. So yes, and Houston even told the pitchers, listen, it may be 1-0 games, it may be 3-2 games, but we cannot give up 5-6 runs. No. From this point on, we were going to be down in the zone the whole time, and Bobby's doing the infielders wise and trying to get those young guys to understand that you're always okay. It's always going to be all right.
I like what you said tonight, and I won't point to the situation or the player that you were talking to, but what you said was body language, get your head up, and make the next play. With young players, it's important to remind them that the game goes on, right?
Yeah, so this is what I always kind of thought, if I yell at him, I just make him go backwards.
Right.
Right? But I can still yell at you in the right way.
Right. That's
and
exactly
tell you,
right.
because body language tells me everything.
Right.
If body language is correct, I know you're still in the game for the team.
Right.
If your body language, you suck that bottom lip, you're no longer there for the team, and I'm probably going to pull you,
Right.
to be honest with you. But when you have good body language, you're still in it for the team, and that's what matters. Even when you fumble the ball at whatever position you're at, as long as you're still trying to make something happen out of it, I'm good because you're in the right direction. But if you balk that ball and put your head up and kick the dirt, I'm probably putting somebody else in because you just told me right now that you don't care about our team.
Especially late in the games. It's why he's one of the best, if not the best, and I can't thank him enough for allowing us out here again tonight. We got him a couple more times coming up this year. Thank God they won. Yes. Thank you. I'm allowed to come back. And no, it was a squeaker tonight. That's for sure. As the race tightens on the top teams in this county, I mean, it really is. You go from Vieira to O'Galley and Rockledge and MERRITT. It's all going to be so much fun coming down the stretch watching all these teams play. But tonight, it's the Commodores with the 1-0 win on a complete game, one-hit shutout. Unbelievable. 8 strikeouts tonight for David Morrissey. For skipper Bobby Collins, I'm Alan Slaughter-Zinski for the Brevard Sports Network.